Three key qualities of any successful investor. I am Max with Stockmasters, and today I'm here to tell you those three qualities. And they're pretty simple, and it's not mind blowing stuff. And the nice thing about it is pretty much anyone can do it. So we'll start with the first one. The first quality you need to increase your wealth and like to retire earlier, do whatever you want with it, is the desire to increase your wealth. You have to have a focused kind of burning desire to increase your riches, which if you're watching this video, you might have that. For anyone that really is trying to increase their net worth, though, you probably already have this. You have that desire. um, it's just kind of innate and built into some people. Not everyone is super driven to be super wealthy, but the people that are have their reasons, and whatever your reason is, that's good enough. So the first thing you need is desire. And if you don't have that desire, maybe start thinking of some things that immense amounts of wealth would give you in terms of freedom, not even in terms of material goods, but in terms of freedom, and freedom to use your money to have experiences that you wouldn't have, travel, do things, you know what I mean? Don't work as much. Think of it that way. Try to put it into the right context, and that desire might come a little more easily, right? So number one is desire. Number two is patience. You have to be patient when it comes to investing. And this might be the toughest one for people, especially people that have the desire, because the two are almost conflicting ideas. When you have that desire for riches, you don't want to be patient about it. You want money fast. You want your wealth to grow as fast as possible. But again, conversely, well, you need to be patient. Like, you need to be able to realize that it might take decades and decades for you to grow your wealth great enough to where it can really have a huge impact on your life. And we're talking millions of dollars, $2 million, $3 million, right? Like, it might take people 20, 30 years to get to that point, depending on your age. So having that patience and that long-term perspective is hugely important, because it takes time, especially if the capital you have coming in is not a huge amount of capital. You're going to have to slowly invest your money over time for a rather meager rate of return. I mean, it's one of those things where if you're patient enough, and we'll talk about the next point after this, but if you're patient and consistent, then you can 100% be financially independent. It's just a matter of time and being patient. So the second point is being patient, which again is super hard. One tip I have is don't check your investment accounts on a daily basis. Instead of spending time and energy checking your investment accounts and being like, oh man, I'm so far, I have a $2 million to go until I can retire. Spend your time and energy thinking of different ways to increase the amount of capital you have to invest. That's a much better use of your time, and that will actually speed up the amount of time it takes to retire, rather than just like ruminating on the fact that you don't have enough money to retire, and maybe getting like a nice little dopamine squirt in your brain when you check your phone, which is a whole nother issue. But anyways, the second quality is patience. The third quality is consistency. I mean, if you want to retire early, you have to consistently invest your money, even if it is not a huge amount of money. You have to consistently be putting money into the market. And like, obviously you can just put, I don't know, $10,000 in the market and never check it again, and in 40 years it's going to turn into, I don't even know, like, I don't know, I don't want to do the math, but I can't do the math, but I mean, it's going to be what, like $50,000, I don't know. But the point is, it's like, if you don't consistently add money to that like your principal investment, your final investment isn't going to be worth much. But if you're consistently investing as much as you can reasonably invest into the market, then you will truly speed up the amount of time until you can retire. And then you just have to practice a little bit of patience until then. So that's about it. It's getting, growing wealth in the market is incredibly simple. It's a matter of having the desire, being patient, and being consistent. And if you do those three things, and you're investing in reasonable investments that's not cryptocurrency, right? Like, if you're investing in ETFs and index funds, namely, and you're practicing those three qualities and you're doing that strategy, there's no doubt in the world that you won't be incredibly wealthy someday. It's really just a matter of when. So practice those three qualities: desire, patience, and what I say, consistency, and you'll get there. And, write about it, talk about it, think about it. That's all going to get you there faster and more efficiently. So I'm Max with Stockmasters. I hope that was helpful. Comment down below what you think the best qualities are and kind of what your strategy is for growing wealth, because that's just my thought on it. That's just kind of what I think is reasonable. Everyone has their own way of thinking of and looking at things. So let me know. Catch you in the next video. Later.